Hey everyone, welcome to GeForce. I'm Mike here, and we're at the Battlefield 5 launch event. And I'm here with Lars, senior producer for Battlefield 5. Lars, thank you so much for having us here. How is the event going for you guys today?
It's been great. When you come to this point in the project where all your hard work is starting to show and people are starting to rallying around it, you get to kind of hear the first impressions. This is what we've been working so hard to get to, so it's exciting times.
So with Battlefield 5, what can Battlefield players look forward to having played previous Battlefield games?
The core formula is still there, the Battlefield sandbox, catering for those Battlefield moments, the rock, paper, scissors balance, meaning that no weapon is the most powerful on the battlefield. But then bringing in even more enhanced focus on squad play, the tides of war, taking the players through the war, and the fully reworked kind of core loop of your movement on the battlefield, how weapons work, how you utilize kind of your tools together as a squad. Tons of interesting things coming in for our players to use.
Yes, and it's constantly changing and evolving. What are some of the things that you guys have been making changes since the open beta?
We got tons of important feedback from the open beta, and a couple of things were definitely around the time to kill and also time to die, striking the balance for what feels fair and how do we want Battlefield to function. Soldier visibility with kind of increased fidelity in our worlds, readability and everything. A lot of this we got feedback on, and the team has been working relentlessly to strike the balance in time for launch.
As a Battlefield player myself, I truly love the Conquest, and you guys have actually taken the Conquest mode, but you've also added changes into it with these grand operations. Can you talk a little bit more about what you're trying to do as far as storytelling with those operations?
Yeah, I mean, grand operations, you could argue it's an evolution of operations that we brought forward in Battlefield 1. We wanted to immerse you in an ongoing front line during the war to simulate the battles. Here, it's taking place over up to 4 in-game consecutive days. First starting with airborne, go in ahead of the troops, clear the way, take out the defenses in order to kind of lead the way for the main troop assault. So what the grand operation really brings to the battle here is a variety of game modes that allows us to mix and match so that the experience never goes stale.
That's really impressive, like from a macro scale, but then you guys have also been evolving on a micro scale down on the squad level that make a big impact. Do you want to talk about some of those at all?
Yeah, I think overall what we're trying to do is ease the journey into the game, how you team up with friends, how you always get put into a squad. But then for everything we've been doing, we've been looking at the team play factor, how you can resupply each other, how you can buddy revive even if you're not a medic to keep your squad going, since it's always about being able to be there for each other.
So as a new player coming into the Battlefield experience, what makes Battlefield so welcoming for an individual who may not be in a squad?
I mean, for someone who's not used to Battlefield, coming into the world of Battlefield means a very different shooter with the sandbox and the freedom of choosing your tools on the battlefield. The mix of soldiers and vehicles, but then also the layer of team play. So coming in, being welcomed by a squad, having the tools to work together, also in customization not only of your soldier, but your hardware as well. So for someone who hasn't played Battlefield before, there's a lot to get into and kind of dig deeper.
Yes, there's a lot of personalization, more than we've seen in the past. Can you talk about some of the customizability and how you can create that identity?
In our war stories, it's kind of the anthology format. We take you as a player into becoming one of those who fought during the Second World War and putting the war into perspective. In multiplayer, it's really you becoming the star in a multiplayer match. We want to give you the tools, and then we want to enable you to customize it to your way you want. How your soldier looks like, what your weapon looks like, everything there to enable you to be who you want to be on the battlefield.
That's awesome. Lars, thank you for having us, and thank you for everyone for watching, and we'll see you all next time.